Hello, welcome to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And you can follow me on Twitter at barking and all the other places. There's some graphics scrolling across like it's the future. Now then, today's video is kind of more of an acknowledgement of sorts. More of a let's just say this out loud kind of thing, because we already know this. I don't think you need any advice from me about this. I think you know what's going on, and maybe for the rest of you, I can explain a couple of things. So, to start off with a bit of a question. If you had the superpower to make anybody do anything you wanted them to do, how long would it be before you abused that? Really? I mean, we're all basically good people, right? And we all try and do the right thing all the time and all that stuff. Yeah. But if you could make anybody do anything you wanted them to, how long? Bring me a sandwich. How long would that? Because I don't think it would be all that long. The thing that would be stopping you would be any sort of morality around it, right? That you would feel bad for making somebody do what you wanted them to do. Maybe you'd be a crime-fighting superhero and you could just turn up and make all the bank robbers stop robbing the bank. That would be a justifiable use of your power, right? But how long before you did just that tiny little thing? That make the kid go to bed. That make that person get off the phone that's annoying you. Just tiny little things sneaking in. And how long is it before they're wishing there's another superhero to come and get you? Because that's an extreme example. That's not real, of course, but in the world of MPD and narcissism, you do, to a certain extent, face similar choices. We excel at manipulation, right, guys? It's what we do. That's the narcissism. Make the world like we want it for us because we deserve it, right? So we manipulate people, some of us more than others, and in different areas and in different ways. And to a certain extent, everybody in the world does this. We all interact with people in a way to try and get a positive outcome, right? That's just normal human interaction. But if you're good at that, and if you practiced at that, how long is it before this normal human interaction starts to become inappropriate? No. But almost. Too far. Too much. Narcissism. Manipulating somebody. We know we do it, right? As I say, some more than others. But we know we're doing it. And we can do it because we're okay with that morality behind it. That morality that would perhaps stop regular neurotypical people in their tracks. I can't do that. That's screwing someone over. Whereas the narcissist might think, hey, a chance to screw somebody over, and then I can get what I want. Some people call it being ruthless. Some people call it being a bit of a bastard, and these qualities are sometimes admired and required. Sometimes these qualities are revered. When we look at people high up in business and other fields, and they're revered for being ruthless, mean, taking no shit, all of this, it's what we do, right? And that ability to do that is sometimes what gets people to the top of their field and the top of their game. They can just do that and not feel bad about it. But here's the problem. Just because you don't feel bad about it today doesn't mean you're not going to. Because you're already trying to get better, right? I mean, why are you looking up videos on NPD on the internet? Why are you watching me at all if you don't give a shit? If you're fine, have I really got anything to offer you? Do you care what I'm going to say? I don't think so. But if you're trying to get better, all of that guilt and shame didn't not happen. It's still there. It's just waiting for you. And it's gonna come and get you when you start feeling better. And it's gonna be the worst feeling you've ever felt in your entire life. That's the difficult one to deal with. And it's not gone away. So maybe if you are feeling fine, let me tell you, it's just for now. It's coming. It's there, because, you know, you don't hear this enough. You're not a piece of shit. Right? You're not a bad person. You're somebody with a problem. And ultimately, all of that morality that you've chosen to ignore is going to come back and get you, because you're not a bad person. You just are disconnected from it for now. So you've got to stop it, right? You've got to not manipulate people. You've got to not do these things that you do, these little tricks, these little ways you have of getting that positive outcome that you want, that you know is unfair. You know you took the big half, and you know you made there be a big half that you could take before the other person saw. You've got to not do this, because it's just out there waiting for you. You have to take the path of most resistance to get to what you want. And it's such a difficult thing to do, right? You've got to not use that power. You've got to not do the horrible thing that you were willing to do in order to get whatever it is you want. Because you're not a piece of shit, and you're not going to do those shitty things anymore. And it's so easy to do in a way, because you know exactly what those shitty things are. You know what you do that other people think is shit and wouldn't dream of doing in a million years. You know what it is. I'm not going to go through it all. We won't all have the same things. It's all so dependent on context and what's going on in our lives and the kind of people we choose to manipulate and how. But you know what they are. And I think you also know, in most cases, what the harder route to success is. You know what corners you've cut. You know where you've cheated a bit. You know when you took something that really you weren't entitled to. And you look at that and you think, fuck, why do I have to do that? I can just do this. I can make it so much easier on myself if I just do these other things, because this other way is hard. And what idiot would choose the hardest way to do something? The answer is we have to. Right? Because the quickest and easiest way to do something is not always the right way, and it is not always the way that you should treat people. And it's not always the way that you want to be in this world. You've got to just not do it. And I hope that over time you forget that you can do this and just form these new habits of being a bit more moral and having a few more principles in life. Because people aren't our playthings. They aren't there to serve us. They aren't there for our benefit. They're people just getting on with shit like we are. Right? And we aren't entitled to them. So we have to take this other path. We have to work a bit harder. And maybe that's part of our penance to pay for how we've been. I don't know. Clearly, I still have a lot of guilt attached to a lot of things. And God, the stories I could tell you. I'm not going to. Someone in a comment a few videos ago said, I can see you choosing your words carefully to make yourself look better. Right? There's a whole 10 minutes of this video not included to make myself look better. I'll be honest. The things I could tell you about what I've done in the past to get what I want out of people. And all that shame, all that regret, all that negative emotion connected to breaking those rules of morality were out there just waiting for me. I thought I didn't care, right? If I can do this thing, then that's their problem, right? It's their fault for being taken advantage of. That's the entitled attitude. But it's not real. Because we're not bad people. It's just gonna come and get you later. And holy shit, did it come and get me. Don't make it worse for yourself at this point. I'd recommend stopping cold turkey, really, because what are we going to do? Are we going to manipulate and take advantage of some people for a little bit and then try and calm it down? That's bullshit, isn't it? This is one of those things you just have to stop. And hopefully just by acknowledging that and by talking about it, it helps a bit. Just by us all saying, yeah, we do this, let's try and not do this. We can get better at it. Your other option is to stay the same or get worse. And I don't find either of those acceptable. So you've got to identify it and stop it. There's my t-shirt slogan. You guys take care. I'll see you later. Bye.